guys, Kisses here. I am so excited today to show you what I got sent. So Mikolo Fitness decided to send me their half rack, the HR05 system. So as you see, I have been using this old Amazon thing. I don't even think it had a brand. Me and my roommate went in on this, so we're gonna be taking this down and assembling the half rack from Mikolo Fitness. So join us for that. Yeah.
The half rack came in two separate boxes. Both were about 90 pounds. So if you need a hand carrying them in or assembling, this is definitely where two people are. It's very helpful. It was wrapped really tightly with shrink wrap, and it had everything laid out pretty easy. There's package 1 to package 2. Now we're gonna get right into the assembly. So step 1, base. So the base went up pretty easily once we figured out which pieces were where. Step 2, pulley arms. These were a little wobbly to put on because one person needs to stabilize them as the other person is screwing them in. Step 3, guiding rails. These are basically the support rails in the back that are used for pulling up the weights.
So one thing I want to point out is step 3. It does say we have 2 O's, right? But then the diagram points to a J on one side and then an O on the other, which that is not J. Not J at all.
Step 4, weight storage bar. So this is the bar that's all the way in the back, and this is what will be used to hold your weights later on. It's also going to be used as a counterbalance. Step 5, rear support bar. So this is going to be the back top corner. We're slowly enclosing it. You also can store all your weights on here. Step 6, pulley support bars. These are then going to be the horizontal bars that are connecting the 4 points together. Step 7, pull-up bar.
Hey guys, so we paused earlier because A, had MMA that we were gonna go try out and do, so we had to go to the gym again. Because this took a lot longer than I was anticipating, so that's on me. And then I also had to eat because we were doing this for 2 hours earlier. So we got through steps 1 through 7, so now we're gonna go do 7 onwards. Yay! So let's continue this now.
So this one definitely you need 2 people for. There was almost an accident here because one person was trying to do this by themselves, and you really need a second person to stabilize this. This is the most critical part where I would say you need 2 people for sure. Step 8, weight holder bar. These are just the horizontal bars that get shoved in to hold your weights. Step 9, the pulley system. This was the most complicated step of this entire part. It wasn't hard, it's just you had to go very slowly and very step by step, and it's all pictogram instructions, so you're really just analyzing what they're doing. And we messed it up a few times and had to redo it, but it was pretty easy once you figure it all out. Step 10, handles / 2-inch adapters.
So we did not need most of this step because I use 1-inch plates. If you want to look at all my plates. I use 1-inch plates, so we are leaving these as is. We're not putting the 2-inch Olympic adapters on, so they're just gonna stay in a bag.
Step 11, J-hooks / safety bars. Step 12, dip bars. Step 13, landmine.
So another piece I can't use because I don't have an Olympic bar. It's just a landmine thing. So this is for where you...
Rows.
We're doing rows and things like that. So I'll have to buy one if I want to use this, but no big deal. So just another thing we don't use. But we did put on the band pegs for this step. So
Step 14, foot plate attachment. Step 15, final adjustments. So this is honestly the most critical piece, is we just went in and made sure all the nuts and bolts were tight on everything.
hey guys, Kisses here. So we built the HR05 Mikolo Half Rack the other day, and it's time to actually use it today because I am doing legs today, which is perfect because this actually has pulleys and cable attachments, which is exactly what I use on my legs. So it's perfect for today's workout to give it a full test run. We're gonna start off with our squats. As you can see, I put some of my weights already on the back. So it is holding my weights as, you know, the weight rack intended. So let's go ahead and just get that going.
So I found using this machine during my leg routine to be very efficient. With the squats, the leg curls, the cable leg raises, everything was very helpful with this machine.
It is uppers today, so we are going to be doing my upper routine on our Mikolo Fitness HR05 Half Rack. So we're going to be doing military press, bench press, and some pull-ups finally. Yay! So that'll stress test it for all of my routine for the most part. So let's get to it.
Honestly, I love the J-hooks that come with this. They are a lot easier to use than my old ones, which were a lot more like an L hook. These actually have a longer area for me to slide in the bar, so that a way it does not take as much effort to correctly place. The safety bars definitely are very helpful. Finding out exactly where I had to bottom out though was the hard part.
We are going to be doing pull-ups now on the HR05 Half Rack by Mikolo. So this features several different mixed groups, but since we're just doing chin-ups, I'll just be doing my regular chin-ups with the front bar. So let's get to it.
Highly recommend on these, if you're going to use the pull-up areas, to wrap them with tape, because I found that they were hurting my hands quite a bit. But that's just because they were narrow and also textured. This machine is so sturdy, there is no give as I'm doing my pull-ups, which is something that I have previously dealt with.
So we're doing another leg day on the Mikolo HR05 Half Rack. And the one exercise I haven't tested out yet on this is my hanging leg raises. My old rack was very unstable, so let's see how this one is.
So this machine still does a little bit of give, but not nearly as much as my old machine. So I do feel a lot more comfortable doing these kind of movements on this new half rack.
Hey guys, it's Kisses. So I have officially used the HR05 Half Rack by Mikolo Fitness for a solid week now of my workouts. And let me just say, this equipment is phenomenal. It is a complete upgrade compared to what I was using, which was just the standard rack from Amazon. I think it was no brand. It's my roommate's, so we got definitely a decent upgrade. So let me go over my favorite parts of this thing. I love the pulley system on this thing. It is really smooth. It's super nice to actually have a cable system that does not feel wonky or anything like that. Then I love that it's so much more stable. So when I do my pull-ups or my hanging leg raises, I am not swinging the equipment. My previous one, we had to weigh it down with dumbbells on the back, which we don't have to do with this one because it has the additional weight rack. Yay! So we have that. I also love that it comes with spotter arms. So since I do powerlifting mixed with hypertrophy, I have hit the point of where I'm terrified to do really heavy weights without a person around, such as 200 plus on my squats. When I'm a $120, that's insane. Like, that could kill me. So the spotter arms, knowing how stable this machine is, that really, really helps with a lot more training, because now I can actually start pushing past 200 again, because I've been intentionally lowering my weights so that I could, be safe, quite frankly. But that meant my powerlifting hasn't progressed really in probably a year or so, which is fine. That's totally fine. Always prioritize safety first. I have not had a chance to test out the dip arms because I don't do dips typically, but they are very stable when I did practice with them. Now on to the things that I don't like, and I'm being honest with this stuff, guys. I do not like the pull-up rack. Because the bars are a lot more narrow than what I'm used to. So I'm probably gonna have to go in and put some grip tape on them just so they are not hurting my hands. And I'm even using gloves with this, which it's only the ones that are horizontal. The ones that are vertical, those are perfectly fine because they are a bigger gauge. So if you're doing like this style of grip for your pull-ups or chin-ups or any of your pull type stuff, then it's fine. But if you're doing like a regular overhand or regular pull-up, the ones that are horizontal are really narrow. So that's just my one critique. The other thing is I do not have a place to store my bar now. So as you see, it's kind of sitting in the corner. I had to get a shelf to hold all the little hooks and stuff because I have to take them off whenever I use the cable system, which fine, duh, I can't complain about that. So I just had to get a little storage area for my stuff because my old rack had a pole part where I sat the barbell when it was done. So it was just out of the way. So that's one little also issue I had. I do want to say that the equipment came nearly in pristine condition. It had all parts in the boxes with the shipping. Shipping was insanely fast to get here. The instructions were pretty clear for the most part. There was a couple of parts during the assembly that kind of didn't make sense, so a little bit more proofreading would have been needed. But once you actually read it and just double checked the part list, it was fine. And then there were some cosmetic damages I noticed, and that's just from the way it was packed, because there wasn't really any foam or anything. It was all shrink wrapped together, and then just, during transport, it's heavy. I get it. There's going to be some scuffs and things like that. I personally do not care. It's gym equipment. It's going to get beat up, all that kind of stuff. That's the point of it. But I do know that some people can get kind of upsetty spaghetti with that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind, that there might be some blemishes. I know the chrome piece here has a little bit of a dent in it, and I can really know this just because it's chrome. Other than that, this machine was pretty easy to put together. It took me and a friend about 4 hours to put together, which honestly, that was not terrible. We were able to assemble it. The only part that was really, really confusing on the assembly was the pulley part. And quite frankly, as long as you did step by step, it was not bad. I've had worse instructions and putting together items from IKEA, to give you an idea. All things said and done, I absolutely love this machine. I cannot wait to keep using this and increasing my workouts with it. Thank you again to Mikolo Fitness for sending me this half rack. I cannot wait to use it to my extremes, do some cosplay videos on it. Thank you again, and thank you for watching my video, guys. Hey, bye!